Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Him Bay, who say Lair Production, What's Up Records, here to give you another tutorial video. This time, I'm gonna let you know this video gonna be a little different than the other ones. I showed you how to make a template. I showed you how to mix down. This time, I'm gonna show you how to bounce a track out from out of your interface, going either into another interface, or in my case, I'm coming out of my interface into my Mackie Big Knob, and I'm going to come back out of my Mackie Big Knob back into my Focusrite 6x6. Alright, so this is how we're going to do it in Tracktion. We're going to open up my project folder. As you can see, I got my folder, my master fader folder, my project folder. My project folder, you see I got the B folder. I got my verses folder. I got my aux folder. My typical setup. Alright, so we got all this set up. I'm going to close my aux folder and all this, because we ain't going to need to worry about this. We're going to focus on getting ready to bounce this track. So what we're going to do, we'll close these folders down. Alright, so we're going to come down here to my master fader section, a folder which I created that got all my sub mix faders coming in. Alright, so what we're going to do is, first we're going to talk what's going on out of my beat fader, my vocal fader, and my aux fader is all going to my master fader. Then you can see I got my master bus set up here with my effect chain. Then what we're going to do is, like I say, I got my 6x6. My 6x6 is running. So what's going to happen is it's going to go out of my DAW to my Mackie Big Knob, and back out my Mackie Big Knob into my 6x6. And you will say, why are you doing that? Why I'm doing it is because if you don't have no analog gear, you still can get an analog feel from running out and back in. You know what I mean? Each analog piece of equipment, like even interfaces, because they go from analog to digital, they got analog digital converters, and that's what you really pay for, your how good your amp is, your preamps, and your digital converter is in your interface. So when you going out into another piece of analog gear, you can use any piece of analog gear you want to go out to, and you can get the effect whatever you like. But this will get that analog effect to your mix. And also going to do something else. It's going to also, what I'm going to show you, you're going to notice in the tutorial that because you're going out, I don't know why, but I can tell you it worked. Because I'm going out to this analog gear and coming back in, once I record these tracks back into the Tracktion, it's gonna let me allow to go over the dB threshold. I can go past 0 and clip all I want. I'm not gonna get no clips, no pops, no nothing. And I'm gonna show you this, and I can render it out, and it still won't be no clips and pops. But the thing is, that's what you get in analog gear, that you can crank up past the 0 threshold, and you can not get clips from some files, and some files you can, but you can crank up most analog gear past the 0 dB. So, and also they can crank down your track. If your track's too loud, they can crank it down before they get the mixing. If you're already at 0 dB, they can definitely, if it was nothing else, it's the last track and need to be remastered right now, and it's already at 0 dB, believe they can do it. But they would rather want the headroom because they make it easier for their work. But it could be done. So, but what this also is going to do, notice, and you can see as I'm talking in my 6x6, you can see it right here. These are channels we're going to be using. 3 and 4 going to be coming back into the DAW, and 3 is left and 4 is right. So what you're also going to get is, you're going to get each signal coming back into Tracktion with its own channel. So you're going to have a whole left channel on the track, mono, and a whole right channel, mono. And then how you're going to put the stereo back in, you're going to go to your faders, and you're going to just pan whatever you feel comfortable with, how far you want to go with it. And then you can use plugins that do mid-side, or any plugin that will expand your width if you need more width. But I'm going to show you. And then also when you do this, it's going to, when you do the left and right after you then put these mono tracks on there, you're making more room for your mids. Like, you're going to have a lot more room for your mids. It's going to make your plugins have more room for your mids. So you're going to be able to crank up way higher than you was able to crank up in your edit. And it sound harsh. It's going to crank up like rail. It's going to crank up. You're going to feel the bell shapes in the EQs. And just going to this, it feels a little better. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over to this. Like I say, you got to run. How you would do this is you would either have two interfaces, or if you, like me, you're going out into a big knob, or you're going out into any other hardware, and you want to come back into the inputs of your device, whatever device you're using, your interface. You want to come back into the inputs, 1 and 2, and you want to record them on the track. So you can also do this. Oh my bad. You can also do this with one interface. You can come out and go back in. If you got at least 4 outputs, you can do it. You can do the same thing. You can come out in. But remember to mute. So you notice on my 6x6 I got these muted, because you don't want to hear this coming back. I can hear it coming back because it's coming out of my big knob. I can listen to it. It don't affect nothing. I can use this to add more back into my beat if I want. But if you're using the same interface, you wouldn't want to do that if you're just coming out and into the same interface, because it's going to make a loud noise there. You don't want to hear that, and it might can wreck your equipment. So don't do that. Make sure you mute it. And also, I turn the tracks down while I record. So I put the track to 0 while I record. So I make sure it's not coming back to my speakers. In no way I won't get feedback. Alright, so here we go. We're going to get into it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to arm my left and my right, which is 3 and 4, on my Sapphire 6x6. I mean, my Focusrite 6x6. I got the Sapphire too, so I don't know. Just thinking about it. So here we go. We ready to record this now. Oh, I'm sorry. I got the track on solo. I'm sorry, I got the track on solo. Let me take these off. Let me use the track. Alright. Use my master bus. These master buses are only for once I get my 2-track on. So we'll turn these on. Alright, here we go. So we get ready to record it. Alright, let's go. Everybody out there cutting grass, man. Sorry. Alright. Let me widen this out for you. Alright, here we go.
We ain't playing the game unless my means winning. I ain't in the losing. Yo, she in the choosing, not you home with the work. Yeah, in the movie, coming straight out the clay, so you know how me and my men like to do it. It's a blockbuster night, like we live at the movie. Shorty love me long time, yeah, that's my kind of groupie. Power race, cane sprite, ice water, just to glue it. 13, 2 clips to the baby ooh, you seen in the movies. I'm hardball like Chow Young, I eat right, don't live right. Got the stove on, but the lights out. 2 cluckers land, 1 face fight. Kitchen ain't got no dishes, 1 big fork, 2 pirates, 2 bedrooms, 1 mattress. Backyard of them pit bulls, front yard of them gangsters. Taking orders, no credit. My diesel fuel is leaded. No bottles, ain't no leverage. My game like a sharp edges. I never had no problem with no lonely. I be all night till the early morning. You see me standing in that banger on him. You can come try if you wanna home me. I be outside with the banger on me. I be outside with the banging home me. We the real, then you know we on it. Play it like you want it, you can get it home. Last night, no night off. Dinner dinner, country steak, mashed potatoes and biscuits. A bad chick, Fitty bag, post a key in that loud pack. Her man called, she won't call back. If he want D5 mixtape, that's outback. For my dog day, you wanna stay fit, you best run lap. No applause, just gun class. I made her come, she'll come back. That's no brain, that's dumb neck. They don't leave, they got a man, they don't want that. She not giraffe, but mommy got that long neck. She want them long stroke while a friend watch, enjoying it. We fuck buddies, we not friends. They like us, they not friends. Got twin coops, I got both keys, they both free. They love, I love box, that's good box, we're good. That's one stop, I must stop and come stop. I never had no problem with no bitches on me. I be all night till the early morning. You see me standing in that banger on him. You can come try if you wanna home me. I be outside with the banger on me. I be outside with the banging on me. Be the real, then you know we on it. Play it like you want it, you can get it home me.
Alright, here we go. You can see we got our both our mixes. Be sure to go check out part 2 of this tutorial video where I mix down and show you how you can expand this mix before you render it out. Thank you for watching.